set it equal to 0. And then what will we do from here?
Factor it.
We can factor it. So this factors into -3 and +1, which means that x is going to equal
3 and
3 and
Or
-1. And if we look here,
1.
x is -1, right here, and then x is 3, right here. So if you had the graph, you would look and see where they intersect each other. Or maybe it's a calculator problem, and you would graph it and just see where they intersect each other. Right? Otherwise, yeah, you would have to do something like this. Now, I will say more so than not, you'll have a couple where you have to do it yourself, but it's usually something that's a little more basic. If it's something that's a little more complicated, like you had your function was e to the x, and the other one was a natural log, it's like, no, that's a calculator problem. Like you graph it, you figure out where they intersect each other.
Okay.
But if it's an easier one, like two linears or a quadratic and a linear, like that's one that could be asked of you, like, okay, you found what the bounds are, because the algebra isn't as tedious. So once you find those two bounds, then we can write our function. So if you're going to write your function, I'm going to find the area between those two. When we said it's bounded from
3 and -1, so -1.
So -1 to 3. And then in this case,
It would be 2x plus 3 minus x squared, right?
yeah, top function minus the bottom function. In this case, the top function is the line. So that would be the 2x plus 3. And you're going to subtract the bottom function, which is
X squared.
x squared. Okay?
And then you define.
Don't forget the dx. And then from here, again, if it's a calculator problem, probably just want to type it in the calculator and then let it do its thing to integrate it. All right, but if you didn't have the calculator, well, we'd have to integrate this. And so since this one's a polynomial, a little bit easier to integrate. So if I were to integrate 2x plus 3 minus x squared, what are we going to have?
Can I get a calculator? I want to practice.
X squared.
All right, this will become x squared.
I'm
You can get a calculator.
Plus 3x.
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably every day from now on. Get the calculator just to, as you come in, just to be safe. All right, sorry, you said the last one was?
1/3 x cubed.
Minus 1/3 x cubed. And you're evaluating it from -1 to 3. And so now this is where the first fundamental theorem of calculus comes into play. So it's going to be f of 3 minus f of -1. So we need to plug those in. I'll just have to do it over here. So you would have, here I'm going to say f of 3 minus f of -1. And so if you plug in 3, what do you get? And again, you can use a calculator.
You get 9.
You get 9. And if you plug in -1,
You get 3. So wait, 1 minus 2 plus 1/3. I mean minus 2 plus 1. Is it? It's -1 and 2/3.
yeah, so
I don't know why that takes
-5/3 or 1 and 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then if you subtract those two,
32/3.
32/3.
Which is.
All right, and that would be your area. And again,
No.
make sure you feel comfortable using the calculator as well. So make sure you feel comfortable typing this into the calculator and seeing if you get the same thing. All right. So make sure you're fluid kind of in both directions. So area bound between two curves. Again, you're going to find out, either they're going to tell you what the bounds are, or you're going to find what those intersection points are, and then you have to identify what's the top, what's the bottom. But then from there, you're just subtracting. then you're gonna integrate.
Why does it say u squared?
Oh, units, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Let me take that out.
Interesting. I was like,
Have it.
where's du?
Yeah, I was like, where's this substitution now?
Wait, I have a question on the calculator. Okay, so like,
Typed it in.
I typed in the equation. So how would I put that equation in here again?
You typed in the equation where? Into y1. So you press vars,
Oh, okay.
go over to y vars, enter, enter.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had to put X.
And you gotta put that, yeah.
So press quit.
Sure. And put that.
Okay. X. And that the instead.
And you know, if you press math fraction, so math enter, 32 over 3.
Oh, okay.
So same deal. Yep. Alright. That's that one.